Archaeologists once discovered a Babylonian cuneiform tablet from 1750 BC. It was a receipt for beer. They say there was once a city so tall, its towers brushed the clouds. In its shadow, the first dream of human pride was born. This dream was grand. It was also fragile. Now let your body sink into comfort. Close your eyes softly. Allow your breathing to deepen. Prepare to journey through the quiet corridors of time. We will travel thousands of years into the past. Our destination is the shining gates of Babylon. It was the heart of ancient Mesopotamia. This journey will be peaceful. It will be soothing. It will be like a gentle river flowing into the night. If you love peaceful journeys through forgotten civilizations, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to Sleep History Tales. Every night, history whispers you to sleep. The vast Mesopotamian plain stretched out. It lay between two great rivers. These were the Tigris and the Euphrates. The Euphrates was Babylon's lifeblood. Its waters flowed softly. They brought fertility to the dry lands. They sustained an entire civilization. The river was a mirror. It reflected the changing sky. It caught the soft glow of dawn. It held the deep velvet of twilight. This river witnessed everything. It saw the building of cities. It saw the rise of empires. It saw the quiet fading of human endeavors. Its currents murmured ancient secrets. They carried the echoes of forgotten songs. Babylon began as a humble settlement. It was a cluster of mud brick dwellings. This was long before its legendary status. Its location was strategic. It sat on the Euphrates. This made it a natural hub. Trade routes converged here. People gathered. Ideas exchanged hands. A seed of greatness was planted. It began to sprout slowly. Over centuries it grew. It became a city of remarkable power. Its name itself evoked wonder. Babylon. It whispered of grandeur. It spoke of destiny. The early dynasties shaped its form. They laid the foundations. They built the first temples. They established the first walls. These were modest beginnings. Yet they contained the promise of future glory. The city endured numerous changes. It faced many challenges. Conquerors came and went. Dynasties rose and fell. Babylon persisted. It was a testament to its people's resilience. It was also a testament to its strategic importance. The land itself seemed to favor its existence. The Fertile Crescent was a cradle of civilization. It nurtured many cultures. Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, and Babylonians lived there. Each left its mark. Each contributed to the rich tapestry. Babylon absorbed these influences. It transformed them. It made them its own. It became a melting pot. It was a place of innovation. It was a center of learning. Its wise men studied the stars. Its scribes recorded histories. Its artisans crafted beauty. The first great flourishing of Babylon came under Hammurabi. He was a king of vision. He ruled around 1792 to 1750 BC. His reign was a golden age. He unified Mesopotamia. He established a vast empire. His most famous legacy was his legal code. It was inscribed on diorite steles. These laws brought order. They provided justice. They shaped society. Hammurabi envisioned a just realm. He saw a land where all could prosper. His influence was profound. It echoed through subsequent ages. After Hammurabi, Babylon experienced periods of decline. Other powers rose. The Hittites sacked the city. The Kassites ruled for centuries. Their rule was long. It was often obscure. They maintained Babylonian traditions. They preserved its culture. The city endured these quiet times. It awaited its next grand awakening. It was like a dormant seed. It held life within. It waited for the right conditions to bloom again. The desert wind whispered through the ruins of time. It carried the scent of dry earth. It brought the memories of distant pasts. Imagine the soft rustle of palm fronds. Hear the gentle lapping of the river's waves. These sounds were always present. They surrounded the city. They were its natural lullaby. Even in its busiest moments, a certain calm prevailed. It was a rhythm of life tied to the river. It was linked to the sun. It was connected to the moon. The sky above Babylon was a magnificent canvas. By day, it was a brilliant azure. By night, it was a velvet cloak. It was studded with countless stars. The Babylonians were keen observers of these celestial bodies. They believed the heavens held profound secrets. They thought the stars dictated destinies. Priests watched from ziggurat tops. They charted the paths of planets. They predicted eclipses. Their knowledge was vast. It was surprisingly accurate. It formed the basis of early astronomy. It also influenced astrology. The ziggurats were more than temples. They were colossal stairways to the divine. Their step terraces reached for the heavens. They were constructed of mud brick. They were faced with glazed tiles. These structures dominated the skyline. They were spiritual focal points. They were also symbols of power. Their very presence was awe-inspiring. They inspired both reverence and wonder. People believed gods descended upon them. They thought prayers ascended from them. The most famous ziggurat was Etemenanki. It was dedicated to the god Marduk. Its name meant the foundation of heaven and earth. It was a monumental undertaking. Its base measured about 91 meters on each side. It rose perhaps as high as 91 meters. Its 7 tiers disappeared into the clouds. It was a vision of cosmic order. It was a tangible link between the human and the divine. The very idea of it was breathtaking. It was a colossal human effort. It sought to touch the very realm of the gods. The city itself was a masterpiece of urban planning. Its streets were wide. Its houses were well built. Its canals crisscrossed the landscape. They brought water for agriculture. They allowed for transport. The city teemed with life. Yet a sense of order prevailed. It was a testament to Babylonian organization. It reflected their love for structure. It showed their belief in harmony. The Neo-Babylonian Empire marked the city's zenith. This was its final, most glorious era. It began in 626 BC. It was a period of immense power. It was an age of unparalleled splendor. A new dynasty arose. It reclaimed Babylon's former greatness. It surpassed it in many ways. This was the Babylon of legend. It was the Babylon of biblical tales. It was the city of breathtaking beauty. King Nabopolassar founded this empire. He freed Babylon from Assyrian rule. The Assyrians had been a brutal power. Their empire had stretched across the Near East. Nabopolassar allied with the Medes. They sacked the Assyrian capital of Nineveh. This event changed the political landscape. It allowed Babylon to rise again. It was a dramatic turning point. It set the stage for a new golden age. His son, Nebuchadnezzar II, inherited a thriving kingdom. He became king around 605 BC. His reign was long. It lasted for 43 years. These were years of immense building. They were years of military expansion. He transformed Babylon. He made it into a true wonder. He poured vast resources into its beautification. His name became synonymous with the city. His legacy endured for millennia. Nebuchadnezzar was a devout worshipper of Marduk. He sought to honor his god. He wanted to glorify his city. He believed Babylon was the center of the world. He saw himself as its protector. He was its grand architect. His vision was vast. His ambition was boundless. He dreamed of a city that reflected divine order. He wanted a city worthy of the gods themselves. The city walls were a marvel of ancient engineering. They were immense. They were virtually impregnable. Herodotus, the Greek historian, described them. He might have exaggerated their scale, yet their impact was undeniable. They instilled awe. They inspired fear. The inner wall was formidable. The outer wall was even grander. They were constructed of baked brick. They were cemented with bitumen. This made them incredibly strong. These walls were not just barriers. They were a statement. They proclaimed Babylon's might. They declared its invincibility. Towers rose at regular intervals. Guards watched from their heights. The city felt safe within its embrace. The people lived with a sense of security. They knew their king had protected them well. The Euphrates flowed between the inner and outer walls. It added another layer of defense. It was a natural moat. The Ishtar Gate was the most magnificent of the city's entrances. It was a double gate. It was a masterpiece of glazed brickwork. Its bricks were a brilliant blue. This color shimmered under the sun. It evoked the deep blue of lapis lazuli. It was a precious stone. The gate was adorned with powerful symbols. Lions, bulls, and dragons decorated its surface. These creatures were rendered in yellow, white, and red. They were symbols of deities. They were also symbols of royal power. The lions represented Ishtar. She was the goddess of love and war. The bulls represented Adad. He was the storm god. The dragons, or Mushusu, were sacred to Marduk. They were composite creatures. They had the head of a serpent. They had the body of a lion. They had the talons of an eagle. Each creature was a guardian. Each projected an aura of divine protection. Walking through the Ishtar Gate was an experience. It was like entering a sacred realm. It was a journey into the heart of splendor. Beyond the gate stretched the processional way. It was a grand avenue. It was paved with large limestone slabs. These stones were adorned with carved lions. They were images of Ishtar. They lined the path. This way led to the ziggurat Etemenanki. It also led to the temple of Marduk. It was a path for religious festivals. It was a route for royal processions. It was a space for public display. The air must have vibrated with reverence. It surely hummed with excitement. The temple of Marduk was called Esagila. It meant the house of the raised head. It was a vast complex. It housed statues of the gods. It was a place of daily worship. Priests performed elaborate rituals. Incense filled the air. Chants echoed through its halls. The presence of the divine was palpable here. It was a spiritual heart. It pumped belief through the city's veins. Then there were the legendary Hanging Gardens. Their existence is still debated by scholars. Yet their story persists. It whispers through the ages. They were said to have been built by Nebuchadnezzar. He supposedly built them for his homesick wife. She missed the green hills of her homeland. These gardens were a feat of engineering. They were a vision of beauty. They were terraces filled with exotic plants. They were watered by an ingenious system. They rose high above the city. They created a verdant oasis. Imagine cascades of greenery. Picture vibrant flowers spilling over stone walls. Envision sweet scents carried on the gentle breeze. The gardens were a paradise. They were a place of peace. They were a haven of beauty. Their true location remains a mystery. Their grandeur remains a dream, yet the story enchants us still. It adds to Babylon's mystique. It deepens its allure. The city under Nebuchadnezzar was a place of vibrant life. Merchants from distant lands traded here. Their caravans brought exotic goods. Spices, silks, precious metals arrived daily. The markets bustled. The streets hummed with activity. Scholars debated. Poets composed verses. Musicians played instruments. It was a center of culture. It was a hub of commerce. It was a crucible of ideas. But amidst this glory, a subtle shift was taking place. Pride began to grow. It swelled in the hearts of the powerful. The city became a symbol. It stood for human ambition. It represented earthly grandeur. Its towering structures seemed to defy the heavens. Its wealth appeared inexhaustible. Its power felt eternal. This was the hubris that would eventually mark its fate. It was a quiet, insidious force. It worked slowly. It eroded the foundations from within. The Chaldeans were a Semitic people. They ruled during this Neo-Babylonian period. Their kings were powerful. Their empire was vast. Yet the seeds of instability were present. The vastness of the empire brought challenges. Maintaining control over diverse peoples was difficult. Rebellions simmered, external threats loomed. The world was a dangerous place. Empires rose and fell with regularity. Nebuchadnezzar's reign, for all its splendor, ended. He died in 562 BC. His successors were not as strong. They lacked his vision. They lacked his firm hand. A period of political instability followed. Kings came and went quickly. There were plots. There were assassinations. The central authority weakened. This left Babylon vulnerable. It opened the way for new challenges. Nabonidus was the last king of Babylon. He ascended the throne in 556 BC. His reign was controversial. He showed a preference for the moon god Sin. This alienated the priests of Marduk. They were a powerful faction. They held great influence. His religious policies caused discontent. They created internal division. The stability of the realm suffered. The unity of the city fractured. Nabonidus spent much of his reign away from Babylon. He resided in the oasis city of Tema. This was in northern Arabia. He left his son Belshazzar in charge. Belshazzar served as regent. This long absence further weakened the crown. It fueled resentment. It created a power vacuum. The city yearned for its king. The people felt abandoned. The institutions of government faltered. Meanwhile, a new power was rising in the east. It was a formidable force. This was the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Cyrus the Great led them. He was a brilliant military strategist. He was a shrewd diplomat. His empire grew rapidly. It swallowed up neighboring kingdoms. Lydia fell, Media fell. Babylon was next on his list. The shadow of Persia loomed large. It cast a long, dark presence over Mesopotamia. The fall of Babylon was not a sudden cataclysm. It was a gradual unfolding. It was a slow decline. It was like the gentle extinguishing of a candle flame. The light dimmed. The warmth faded. The city's internal struggles made it vulnerable. Its external enemies were relentless. The whispers of discontent grew louder. The grandiosity began to feel hollow. The year was 539 BC. Cyrus the Great marched his armies toward Babylon. The city was still formidable. Its walls were immense. Its defenses seemed unbreachable. Belshazzar, the regent, felt secure. He believed the city could withstand any siege. He felt protected by its walls. He trusted in its strength. The people inside felt a false sense of safety. They believed in Babylon's invincibility. The biblical account describes a great feast. Belshazzar held it. It was a night of revelry. He drank from sacred vessels. These vessels had been plundered from the temple in Jerusalem. It was an act of sacrilege. It was a defiant gesture. A mysterious hand appeared. It wrote on the palace wall. The message was chilling. It spoke of judgment. It foretold destruction. Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parsin. Daniel interpreted the words. They meant God had weighed the kingdom. He had found it wanting. He said it would be divided. It would be given to the Medes and Persians. This story, whether literal or symbolic, captures a truth. It speaks of a sense of impending doom. It conveys a feeling of divine retribution. Babylon's pride had reached its peak. Its fall was now imminent. The party was oblivious to the true danger. The people inside celebrated. The enemy waited outside. Cyrus employed a clever strategy. The Euphrates flowed through the city. It provided its water. It also served as a defense. Cyrus diverted the river's course. He lowered its water level. His soldiers then marched under the walls. They entered the city through the riverbed. It was an unexpected attack. It was a brilliant maneuver. The impregnable city fell. It surrendered without a major battle. The city gates were open. The guards were surprised. The people were caught unaware. The Persians entered quietly. They met little resistance. The fall was almost silent. It was a testament to Cyrus's genius. It was also a sign of Babylon's internal weakness. The city, once so mighty, succumbed gently. It offered little fight. Belshazzar was killed that night. Nabonidus, the absent king, was captured. The Neo-Babylonian Empire came to an end. It vanished like a dream upon waking. The era of Babylonian independence was over. A new era began. It was the age of Persian dominance. The sun still rose, the river still flowed, but Babylon had changed forever. Cyrus the Great was known for his enlightened policies. He was not a brutal conqueror. He did not destroy Babylon. He did not desecrate its temples. He respected its customs. He honored its gods. He even returned the plundered vessels to Jerusalem. This was an act of religious tolerance. He presented himself as a liberator. He allowed the city to retain its importance. It became a capital of the Persian Empire. It was a significant administrative center. The citizens of Babylon did not suffer greatly. Life continued. Trade still flowed. The temples remained active. Yet, the heart of the city had changed. It was no longer truly independent. It was now part of a larger empire. Its destiny was no longer its own. The quiet loss of sovereignty was profound. It was a subtle shift in identity. It was a gentle fading of its unique spirit. The Persian rule lasted for centuries. Babylon remained a prominent city. It hosted Persian kings. It housed their treasuries. Its scholars continued their work. Its artisans created beauty. But the dynamism was gone. The grand building projects ceased. The towering ambition had dwindled. It was like a great river. Its waters still flowed, but its source had shifted. Then came Alexander the Great. He swept across the world. He conquered the Persian Empire. This was in 331 BC. Babylon welcomed him. It saw him as a liberator from Persian rule. Alexander recognized the city's importance. He planned to make it his eastern capital. He envisioned a grand future for Babylon. He dreamed of restoring its former glory. He even intended to rebuild the ziggurat Etemenanki, but fate intervened. Alexander died in Babylon in 323 BC. His death was sudden. It was unexpected. His vast empire fragmented. His generals, the Diadochi, fought over its pieces. Babylon became a prize. It was caught in their wars. The city suffered. It was looted. Its people were displaced. Its importance waned. A new city, Seleucia on the Tigris, was founded nearby. It was built by Seleucus' son Nicator. He was one of Alexander's generals. Many Babylonians moved there. They sought new opportunities. They looked for new beginnings. Babylon slowly emptied. Its population dwindled. Its grand buildings fell into disrepair. The mighty city began its long decline. It was a gentle retreat into obscurity. The temples closed. The markets quieted. The streets became less crowded. The sounds of daily life softened. The wind began to carry less laughter. It carried more dust. The mud brick structures returned to the earth. They dissolved under rain. They crumbled under time. The once vibrant city became a ghost. It became a whisper of its former self. By the time of the Parthian Empire, Babylon was mostly deserted. Its great walls crumbled. Its ziggurats became ruins. The Euphrates continued its flow. It watched the city's slow demise. The desert slowly reclaimed the land. It covered the fallen stones. It buried the forgotten dreams. The city that once touched the sky now rested beneath the sand. Centuries passed. The memory of Babylon faded. Its precise location was lost. Scholars debated its whereabouts. Travelers wrote of its legends. Yet its physical presence was gone. It was a buried secret. It was a ghost in the desert. Then in the 19th century, a new era began. It was the age of exploration. It was the time of archaeology. Western travelers and scholars became captivated. They were drawn to the ancient Near East. They sought lost cities. They chased forgotten empires. The whispers of Babylon began to resurface. The ancient texts offered clues. The biblical accounts fueled curiosity. The very name held an irresistible power. Pioneering archaeologists arrived. They came with shovels and determination. They arrived with maps and theories. They began to dig into the earth. They sought to uncover its secrets. The mounds of Mesopotamia held promises. They hinted at treasures buried deep. They concealed the stories of millennia. The work was arduous. It was slow. It was often dangerous. One key figure was Robert Koldewey. He was a German archaeologist. He began excavations in 1899. His work was meticulous. It was methodical. He spent years at the site. He patiently peeled back layers of history. His efforts were monumental. They were painstaking. They were transformative. Koldewey and his team unearthed the city. They brought it back into the light. They rediscovered its magnificent structures. The Ishtar Gate emerged from the sand. Its blue bricks gleamed once more. The processional way reappeared. Its lion reliefs stood proud. The foundations of Etemenanki were uncovered. The temple of Marduk was found. The ghost of Babylon began to take form. It began to reclaim its material presence. The scale of the ruins was astonishing. It confirmed the ancient accounts. It validated the legends. The city was indeed immense. Its structures were grand. Its engineering was advanced. The discoveries electrified the world. They proved Babylon was not just a myth. It was a tangible reality. It was a historical powerhouse. However, the Hanging Gardens remained elusive. Koldewey searched diligently. He found no definitive evidence. He discovered vaulted cellars. He found an unusual well system. He speculated these might be related. But the definitive proof was lacking. The mystery continued to enchant. It continues to fascinate us still. The excavations continued for many years. They revealed the city's complexity. They showed its rich cultural heritage. Thousands of artifacts were unearthed. Cuneiform tablets filled archives. Statues stood once again. Jewelry sparkled with ancient luster. Each find added a piece to the puzzle. Each artifact told a silent story. The story of Babylon is a cautionary tale. It is a narrative of ambition. It is a saga of power. It speaks of human achievement. It also speaks of human fallibility. It reminds us of the fleeting nature of empires. It whispers about the impermanence of even the grandest cities. It teaches us that pride often precedes a fall. The ziggurat Etemenanki became known as the Tower of Babel. This was a later interpretation. It connected the structure to a biblical narrative. The story tells of a united humanity. They built a tower to reach heaven. God intervened. He confused their languages. He scattered them across the earth. This tale captured the essence of Babylonian ambition. It spoke of its monumental scale. It conveyed its perceived defiance. The Tower of Babel's story is powerful. It resonates across cultures. It symbolizes humanity's eternal struggle. It is a quest for greatness. It is a desire to transcend earthly limits. It is a warning against hubris. It underscores the fragility of unity. It emphasizes the consequences of overreaching. The actual Etemenanki was not built to defy God. It was built to honor Marduk. It was meant to bridge earth and heaven. It was a sacred space. It was a religious structure. Yet, the biblical narrative gave it new meaning. It imbued it with a universal lesson. It transformed it into an enduring metaphor. Babylon's influence extended far beyond its walls. Its legal system inspired others. Its astronomical observations were fundamental. Its architectural innovations were admired. Its literary traditions were rich. Its myths and legends shaped ancient thought. It was a beacon of civilization. It radiated cultural energy. The Epic of Gilgamesh originated in Mesopotamia. It is one of the oldest surviving literary works. It tells of a powerful king. He searches for immortality. He confronts his own mortality. This epic explored profound questions. It delved into the nature of life and death. It contemplated friendship and loss. It reflected the deep wisdom of the age. Babylonian mathematics was advanced. They used a sexagesimal system. It was based on the number 60. This system influenced modern timekeeping. It shaped our division of circles. Their understanding of geometry was sophisticated. They could calculate areas. They could predict astronomical events. Their knowledge was remarkable. Their medicine was also notable. They had detailed medical texts. They understood diagnosis. They practiced surgery. They used herbal remedies. They combined empirical observation with spiritual beliefs. Healing was often linked to divine intervention. Sickness was sometimes attributed to demonic forces. It was a holistic approach. The scribes of Babylon were highly skilled. They mastered cuneiform writing. It was a complex system. It involved thousands of wedge-shaped marks. They recorded everything. They documented laws. They kept business records. They preserved religious texts. They transcribed scientific observations. They copied literary works. Their work preserved knowledge. It allowed future generations to learn. Their art was expressive. It was often monumental. Cylindrical seals were common. They depicted myths. They showed daily life. They celebrated royal power. Statues represented gods and kings. They conveyed strength. They expressed divinity. Glazed brick panels were vibrant. They adorned palaces. They decorated temples. They brought color to the city. The legacy of Babylon lives on. It echoes in our language. It shapes our understanding of history. It informs our spiritual narratives. The Tower of Babel story endures. The Hanging Gardens continue to capture imagination. The very name Babylon conjures images of ancient splendor. It speaks of a civilization that pushed boundaries. It represents a people who dreamed big. But the real Babylon was more than a symbol. It was a living city. It was a place of diverse peoples. It was a hub of human endeavor. Its streets bustled with life. Its markets rang with commerce. Its temples resonated with prayer. Its scholars gazed at the stars. Its kings ruled with iron fists. Its people lived their daily lives. Imagine a typical day in ancient Babylon. The sun rises over the eastern plain. Its first rays hit the top of Etemenanki. The ziggurat glows a faint orange. Smoke rises from cooking fires. The city slowly awakens. A distant bleating of sheep is heard. The scent of baking bread drifts through the air. Merchants begin to open their stalls. Farmers arrive from the fields. Their donkeys are laden with produce. Water carriers fill their jars. They walk along the canals. Children play in the alleyways. Their laughter echoes softly. Priests prepare for morning rituals. They don their ceremonial robes. They purify the temple grounds. A scribe sets up his workspace. He dampens a clay tablet. He sharpens his stylus. He begins to record transactions. A baker kneads his dough. He stokes his oven. He prepares loaves for the morning rush. A weaver works at her loom. She creates intricate patterns. She spins vibrant threads. In the palace, the king awakens. He prepares for his day. His advisors gather. They discuss matters of state. They review petitions. They plan military campaigns. He receives reports from distant provinces. He makes decisions that affect thousands. His word is law. His power is absolute. Along the Euphrates, boats dock. They unload their cargo. Fishers cast their nets. They hope for a bountiful catch. The irrigation systems hum. Water flows into the fields. It nourishes the crops. It sustains the population. Life follows an ancient rhythm. It is dictated by the river. It is guided by the sun. As midday approaches, the heat intensifies. People seek shade. They rest in their homes. They gather under palm trees. The pace of life slows. A quiet descends upon the city. The only sounds are the buzzing of insects. The gentle murmur of the river persists. In the afternoon, activity resumes. Apprentices learn their trades. Students study cuneiform. Soldiers train in the barracks. Lawyers argue cases. Judges issue verdicts. The machinery of the city operates continuously. It moves with a steady, ancient grace. As evening nears, the sky shifts color. Hues of orange and purple paint the horizon. The air begins to cool. People gather for supper. Families share meals. They tell stories. They listen to music. The sounds of conversation fill the courtyards. A sense of community prevails. Then night falls. The stars emerge, they blanket the velvet sky, they are brighter than any modern city can see. The priests ascend the ziggurat, they observe the celestial dance, they interpret the omens, they seek divine guidance. Their knowledge connects them to the cosmos. The city gates are closed, guards patrol the walls, the streets grow quiet. Only the distant howl of a jackal breaks the silence. The city sleeps. It dreams of another day. It rests under the watchful eyes of its gods. This was the pulse of Babylon. It was a cycle of life. It was a tapestry of human experience. The ruins visible today are mostly from Nebuchadnezzar's era. They are a testament to his ambition. They speak of his desire for eternal glory. The scale of the reconstructed Ishtar Gate is impressive. It can be seen in Berlin. It stands in the Pergamon Museum. It is a stunning artifact. It draws visitors from around the world. The original site in modern-day Iraq is also accessible. It offers a powerful connection to the past. Walking among the remnants, one can feel the history. The ancient bricks whisper tales. The silent stones recount triumphs. The dusty ground holds countless secrets. It is a journey back in time. It is a profound experience. The modern understanding of Babylon is constantly evolving. New archaeological methods are used. Advanced technologies assist discoveries. Satellite imagery helps map the landscape. Ground-penetrating radar reveals buried structures. Historical texts are re-examined. Interpretations are refined. Scholars continue to debate certain aspects. The precise details of the Hanging Gardens remain a puzzle. The exact fate of the biblical golden statue is unknown. The full extent of Babylonian astronomical knowledge is still being uncovered. Each new discovery sparks further questions. Each answer leads to new inquiries. Babylon remains a powerful symbol. It represents both greatness and downfall. It stands for human ingenuity. It embodies human folly. It is a reminder of the cyclical nature of power. It is a testament to enduring human spirit. It is a profound chapter in the story of civilization. The silent stones of Babylon tell a story. They speak of kings and commoners. They whisper of gods and mortals. They recount grand visions. They lament tragic endings. They invite us to listen. They urge us to learn. They remind us of our place in the long march of time. This journey through Babylon is not just about a city. It is about humanity itself. It is about our dreams. It is about our failures. It is about our relentless drive to build. It is about our inevitable return to dust. The sands of time cover everything. But some stories resist oblivion. Some echoes remain. Babylon is one such echo. Its voice is faint, yet it is clear. It calls to us from across the millennia. It invites us to ponder. It encourages us to reflect. It offers lessons for our present. It provides warnings for our future. The vastness of history stretches before us. Babylon is but one shimmering star. It glows brightly. It fades slowly. It leaves a lasting impression. Its light continues to reach us. Its story continues to unfold. It forever holds a place in the human imagination. The quiet night deepens. The stars above begin their slow procession. Let the echoes of Babylon settle within you. Feel the weight of its history. Sense the grandeur of its past. Understand the lessons it imparts. Allow the image of its towering walls to form. See the glint of its blue Ishtar Gate. Hear the murmur of the Euphrates. The great river still flows. It flows past the silent mounds. It carries ancient secrets. It whispers stories to the desert wind. Its journey continues. So does the journey of memory. So does the journey of discovery. The sleep will be deep. The dreams will be rich. The wisdom will be yours. The river still holds its ancient secrets. It guards them well. It murmurs them to the reeds. It shares them with the passing clouds. The archaeological sites hold more than just stones. They contain silent stories. They preserve forgotten breaths. Each fragment of pottery tells a tale. Each foundation stone speaks of labor. Each buried artifact yearns to be understood. Consider the ordinary people of Babylon. They were not kings or priests. They were the farmers. They were the artisans. They were the laborers. Their lives were challenging. They were often short. Yet they built this magnificent city. Their hands shaped the bricks. Their muscles lifted the stones. Their sweat watered the fields. They lived under the shadow of the ziggurat. They walked the processional way. They heard the pronouncements of their kings. They celebrated the festivals. They mourned their dead. Their homes were simple. They were made of mud brick. They often had flat roofs. Courtyards provided light. They offered cool air. Families gathered there. They cooked meals. They performed daily tasks. Life revolved around the family unit. It was the core of society. Elders were respected. Children were cherished. Community bonds were strong. Neighbors helped neighbors. They shared joy and sorrow. Food was basic but nourishing. Barley was a staple. It was used to make bread. It was brewed into beer. Dates were common. Vegetables were grown in gardens. Fish was caught from the river. Meat was a luxury. It was reserved for special occasions. Meals were communal events. They fostered connection. They sustained the body and soul. Clothing was simple. It was practical. Men wore kilts or robes. Women wore long dresses. They were made of wool or linen. Jewelry was popular. It showed social status. It adorned the body. Head coverings protected from the sun. Sandals protected feet. Life was lived close to the earth. It was connected to its rhythms. Religion permeated daily life. Gods and goddesses were everywhere. They influenced every decision. They oversaw every action. Marduk was the supreme god. Ishtar was beloved. Nana, the moon god, was important. Shamash, the sun god, brought justice. People offered prayers daily. They made small offerings. They sought divine favor. They feared divine wrath. Omen interpretation was crucial. Priests observed animal entrails. They watched celestial phenomena. They sought signs from the gods. Dreams were analyzed for meaning. They were believed to be messages. They revealed future events. Superstition was widespread. It offered explanations for the unknown. It provided a sense of control. Education was valued. It was mainly for the elite. Scribes attended schools. They learned cuneiform. They mastered mathematics. They studied literature. They became essential to administration. They recorded the city's history. They preserved its knowledge. They copied ancient texts. Their work ensured continuity. Children learned from their parents. Boys often followed their father's trades. Girls learned household skills. Play was an important part of childhood. They played with simple toys. They learned through games. Life was a constant process of learning. It prepared them for their roles. It equipped them for adulthood. Justice was administered through courts. Hammurabi's code was still referenced. It provided a framework. Disputes were resolved. Crimes were punished. The king was the ultimate judge. His word was final. Law and order were important. They maintained social cohesion. They ensured stability. Craftsmen were highly skilled. Potters shaped clay. Jewelers worked with gold and silver. Carpenters built houses. Metalworkers forged tools and weapons. Their artistry was renowned. Their products were traded far and wide. The city was a center of innovation. It was a hub of artistic expression. Music was an integral part of culture. Lyres and harps were played. Drums and flutes provided rhythm. Songs accompanied festivals. They celebrated victories. They mourned losses. They honored the gods. Music filled the air. It lifted spirits. It fostered community. The Babylonian calendar was lunar. It had 12 months. Each month began with a new moon. Intercalary months were added. They kept it aligned with the solar year. Festivals followed the calendar. They marked significant events. They honored deities. They reinforced collective memory. Agricultural cycles dominated. Planting, growing, and harvesting were essential. The Euphrates was crucial. Its floods brought fertile silt. Its waters sustained the crops. Farmers worked hard. They managed irrigation. They cultivated their land. Their efforts fed the city. They ensured its survival. Trade was the lifeblood of the economy. Babylon sat at a crossroads. Goods arrived from distant lands. Timber came from Lebanon. Copper came from Anatolia. Lapis lazuli came from Afghanistan. These materials fueled the city's industry. They enriched its merchants. They added to its splendor. The port was bustling. Boats arrived daily. They carried grain, wool, and goods. Porters unloaded cargo. Merchants haggled over prices. Scribes recorded transactions. The air buzzed with activity. It was a vibrant hub. It connected Babylon to the wider world. Even in decline, the city retained prestige. Its name carried weight. Its past was glorious. It was a reminder of what once was. The ruins themselves became monuments. They were testaments to human ambition. They were symbols of lost grandeur. They inspired awe and melancholy. The rediscovery of Babylon sparked a new fascination. It brought the city back to public consciousness. It revealed forgotten truths. It challenged old assumptions. The scale of the excavations was immense. It was a testament to modern archaeology. It showed dedication to uncovering the past. But the story of Babylon also includes its plunder. Many artifacts were removed. They were taken to museums abroad. This practice raised ethical questions. It sparked debates about cultural heritage. It continues to be a complex issue. The ownership of history is contested. The modern nation of Iraq faces challenges. The region is often unstable. Archaeological sites are vulnerable. They face threats from conflict. They suffer from looting. Protecting these treasures is vital. It is a shared global responsibility. Their loss diminishes us all. Efforts are underway to preserve Babylon. International organizations assist. Iraqi archaeologists work tirelessly. They protect the remaining structures. They safeguard the uncovered artifacts. They strive to share its legacy. It is a race against time. It is a fight against decay. The future of Babylon is uncertain, yet its story endures. It will continue to be told. It will be reinterpreted. It will inspire new generations. The city is more than just ruins. It is an idea. It is a legend. It is a universal narrative. Its downfall serves as a warning. Empires rise, empires fall. Pride can lead to ruin. Neglect can lead to decay. The lessons of Babylon are timeless. They apply to all civilizations. They resonate across all eras. The whispers of its past continue. They drift on the desert wind. They speak of grandeur. They speak of decline. They speak of human striving. They speak of divine judgment. They invite contemplation. They encourage humility. The Euphrates River flows on. It has seen empires come and go. It has witnessed the birth of nations. It has watched the fall of cities. Its waters remain constant. They are a silent observer. They are a perpetual witness. Babylon's legacy is woven into our world. Its contributions are undeniable. Its impact is far-reaching. It laid foundations for future progress. It shaped the course of human history. It continues to inform our present. The image of the Ishtar Gate shines brightly. Its blue bricks beckon. Its mythical creatures stand guard. It represents an ancient world. It symbolizes an artistic pinnacle. It is a window to a forgotten era. The towering ziggurat stands in imagination. It reaches for the sky. It connects earth and heaven. It embodies a sacred quest. It represents human aspiration. It is a beacon of ancient belief. The hanging gardens remain a dream. They are a vision of beauty. They are a marvel of engineering. They tantalize the mind. They spark curiosity. They add to the city's enduring charm. This journey through ancient Babylon is nearing its end. But the journey of understanding continues. The quest for knowledge persists. The past is not truly past. It lives within us. It shapes who we are. Allow these images to fade gently. Let the sounds of the ancient city recede. Feel the calm of the night. The stories are now part of you. The wisdom has been shared. The journey was profound. The deep sleep awaits. It will be filled with echoes. It will be rich with dreams. It will carry the spirit of Babylon. It will bring peace. It will bring rest. It will prepare you for a new day. The new day will bring new reflections. It will offer fresh perspectives. The ancient world still holds countless mysteries. Many remain undiscovered. Many await interpretation. Future generations will continue this quest. They will seek more answers. They will uncover more truths. The earth holds its secrets tightly, but time and curiosity are powerful forces. They slowly peel back the layers. They reveal what was hidden. Consider the role of women in Babylonian society. Their lives were structured. They held certain rights. They could own property. They could engage in business. They could testify in court. They could even initiate divorce. This was relatively progressive for the ancient world. Yet, their primary role was domestic. They managed the household. They raised the children. They supported their families. Some women achieved prominence. Priestesses held significant power. They served the goddesses. They performed sacred rituals. They influenced spiritual life. Scribes could be women. They recorded administrative documents. They copied literary texts. Royal women wielded influence. They advised their husbands. They shaped court politics. Their presence was vital. Their contributions were essential. Marriage was a contract. It was often arranged. It was a societal expectation. Dowries were common. They provided financial security. Divorce was possible. It protected both parties. Children were seen as blessings. They ensured family continuity. They provided labor for the future. The family unit was paramount. It was the bedrock of civilization. Babylonian medicine combined science and magic. Physicians were respected figures. They studied diseases. They prescribed remedies. They performed minor surgeries. Exorcists specialized in spiritual ailments. They believed demons caused sickness. They used incantations. They employed amulets. Healing was a complex process. It involved body, mind, and spirit. Hospitals existed. They provided care for the sick. Medical texts listed symptoms. They detailed prognoses. They outlined treatments. Herbal knowledge was extensive. Plants were gathered. They were processed into medicines. The Babylonians were keen observers. They recorded their findings carefully. Their medical practices were advanced. They laid groundwork for later traditions. Agriculture was central to their economy. The fertile soil yielded abundant harvests. Wheat and barley were primary crops. Date palms provided fruit. They offered shade. They supplied timber. Sesame was grown for oil. Gardens provided vegetables. Irrigation systems were complex. They channeled river water. They nourished the land. They required constant maintenance. Farmers used plows pulled by oxen. They sowed seeds by hand. They harvested crops with sickles. Their lives were physically demanding. They were tied to the cycles of nature. Their success fed the city. Their labor sustained the empire. They were the unsung heroes. They were the foundation of Babylon's prosperity. Animal husbandry was important. Sheep and goats provided wool and milk. Cattle were used for meat and labor. Donkeys transported goods. Dogs guarded homes. Animal sacrifices were part of religion. They honored the gods. They sought divine favor. The relationship with animals was practical. It was also spiritual. The military was formidable. It protected the empire. It expanded its borders. Soldiers were well trained. They were equipped with bronze weapons. Chariots were used in battle. They were powerful war machines. Siege engines battered city walls. The army was crucial. It enforced royal power. It maintained stability. Fortifications were essential. Babylon was a heavily fortified city. Its walls were famous, its gates were strong, its defenses were layered. Soldiers manned the ramparts. They guarded the entrances. They protected the city. They instilled confidence in its people. They deterred invaders. The economy flourished through trade. Babylon was a major crossroads. Caravans arrived from all directions. Boats sailed the Euphrates. Goods from distant lands filled its markets. Textiles were woven. Pottery was crafted. Metalwork was intricate. Craftsmen were highly valued. Their skills enriched the city. Their products fueled commerce. The market square was a vibrant place. Merchants called out their wares. Customers haggled over prices. Scribes recorded transactions. Money took various forms. Silver rings were used. Barley was a medium of exchange. Debt was common. Lending was regulated. The economy was sophisticated. It was complex. It was vital. Babylonian law covered many aspects. It protected property rights. It regulated contracts. It dealt with family matters. It outlined punishments for crimes. The Code of Hammurabi was a landmark. It set legal precedents. It provided structure. It ensured a degree of fairness. It established the rule of law. Justice was administered. Courts heard disputes. Judges issued verdicts. Temples often served as legal centers. Priests sometimes acted as judges. Ordeals were used in some cases. They determined guilt or innocence. The legal system was integral. It maintained social order. It ensured civil peace. The arts thrived in Babylon. Sculpture was monumental. Relief carvings adorned palaces. Cylinder seals depicted myths. Jewelry was exquisite. It showcased skilled craftsmanship. Music filled public spaces. It accompanied religious rituals. Dance was expressive. It was part of celebrations. The Babylonians appreciated beauty. They celebrated creativity. Literature was highly developed. Epic poems were recited. Wisdom texts offered guidance. Hymns praised the gods. Lamentations mourned losses. Creation myths explained the world. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a masterpiece. It explores universal themes. It offers profound insights. It is a testament to Babylonian genius. Astronomy was a science. Priests meticulously charted stars. They tracked planetary movements. They predicted eclipses. They developed sophisticated calendars. They named constellations. They influenced future astronomers. Their observations were precise. Their calculations were advanced. Their knowledge was remarkable. Astrology was intertwined with astronomy. Celestial events were believed to influence human fate. Omens were read in the stars. Horoscopes were cast. Diviners interpreted the heavens. Kings consulted astrologers. They sought guidance for decisions. The cosmos held deep meaning. It was a source of power. It was a realm of revelation. Education was a pathway to power. Scribes were indispensable. They were the record keepers. They were the administrators. They copied and translated texts. They preserved knowledge. They maintained cultural traditions. Their schools were rigorous. They taught cuneiform. They instilled discipline. They shaped intellectual elites. Temples were centers of learning. Priests were scholars. They studied ancient texts. They conducted scientific research. They developed mathematical theories. They made astronomical observations. They were the intellectuals of their age. Their contributions were immense. Their influence was profound. The Neo-Babylonian period was characterized by grand construction. Nebuchadnezzar II transformed the city. He built the Ishtar Gate. He extended the walls. He rebuilt Esagila. He embellished the processional way. His projects were ambitious. They were monumental. They were meant to last forever. His architectural vision was clear. He wanted a city of unparalleled splendor. He desired a capital worthy of Marduk. He sought to impress all visitors. His buildings were symbols of power. They were expressions of faith. They were feats of engineering. They created an indelible image. The city plan was orderly. Streets were laid out systematically. Canals provided water. They facilitated transport. Gardens were cultivated. Houses were well constructed. Public spaces were grand. The city was designed for function. It was built for beauty. It reflected a sophisticated society. Babylonian gardens were renowned. Not just the hanging gardens. Private homes had courtyards. They contained small gardens. Temples had sacred groves. They offered peaceful retreats. Water features were common. They provided coolness. They added aesthetic appeal. Gardens were integral to city life. The city's wealth attracted talent. Artisans flocked to Babylon. They brought their skills. They shared their techniques. They contributed to its cultural vibrancy. Sculptors carved statues. Jewelers created adornments. Potters shaped vessels. Weavers produced fine textiles. The city was a melting pot of creativity. Religious festivals were frequent. They brought the city to life. The Akitu festival was the most important. It celebrated the new year. It honored Marduk. It reenacted the creation myth. The king played a central role. He was humiliated. He was reinstated. It reaffirmed his divine mandate. Processions filled the streets, statues of gods were carried, music played, chants echoed, people celebrated with feasts, they offered prayers, they participated in rituals. These festivals reinforced community. They strengthened religious belief, they celebrated cosmic order. Babylonian divination was complex. It sought to understand the future. It aimed to influence events. Liver divination was common. Priests examined animal livers. They looked for specific markings. These markings foretold outcomes. Dreams were interpreted. Omens were read. The future was believed to be knowable. Magic was practiced. It was integrated into daily life. Amulets protected against evil. Incantations warded off misfortune. Sorcerers were consulted. They performed rituals. They offered charms. Magic provided comfort. It offered a sense of control. It addressed the unpredictable. The pantheon of gods was vast. Each city had its patron deity. Marduk presided over Babylon. Ishtar was goddess of love and war. Enlil was god of wind and storm. Ea was god of wisdom and water. Nabu was god of writing. These gods were powerful. They were sometimes capricious. They demanded reverence. Temples were places of worship. They were also economic centers. They owned vast lands. They employed many people. Priests were influential. They managed temple affairs. They performed sacred duties. They interpreted divine will. Temples were central to society. They provided spiritual guidance. They offered social services. The influence of Babylon continues. Its legacy is found in unexpected places. The 7-day week is Babylonian. Our division of the hour into 60 minutes is theirs. Our measurement of angles in 360 degrees comes from them. Their innovations shaped our world. Their knowledge is still relevant. Their ideas persist. The biblical narratives of Babylon are powerful. The Tower of Babel's story is iconic. It speaks of arrogance. It warns against overreach. The book of Daniel describes Nebuchadnezzar. It recounts Belshazzar's feast. It depicts the fall of the city. These stories entered the Western imagination. They shaped perceptions. They created enduring myths. Modern archaeology reshapes these narratives. It provides concrete evidence. It offers historical context. It separates fact from legend. It reveals a more nuanced picture. The biblical accounts are interpreted anew. They are seen as reflections of history. They are understood as moral lessons. The site of Babylon itself is fragile. It faces ongoing challenges. Erosion is a constant threat. The impact of conflict is severe. The preservation of these ruins is critical. It is a shared human endeavor. It protects our collective heritage. It safeguards our past. International efforts support conservation. Experts work to stabilize structures. They try to mitigate damage. They train local professionals. They promote sustainable tourism. The goal is to save Babylon. It is to share its story responsibly. It is to ensure its future. The memory of Babylon refuses to die. It surfaces in literature, it appears in art, it inspires new discoveries, it fuels academic research. The city that once defied the heavens still captures our imagination. Its grandeur still resonates, its fall still warns. The whispers of its past are persistent. They reach across the millennia. They speak of a civilization that soared. They tell of a society that innovated. They recount an empire that crumbled. They remind us of the enduring cycle. They echo the passage of time. This long journey through Babylon comes to its close. The ancient city has revealed its heart. It has shared its secrets. It has offered its wisdom. The narrative is complete. The exploration is done. The learning continues within you. Let the final images settle. See the golden sun setting over the Euphrates. Imagine the last guard walking the immense walls. Hear the distant call of a night bird. Feel the profound stillness of the desert night. The city sleeps beneath the sand. Its spirit lives on. Your journey through history ends here tonight. Your mind is filled with ancient wonders. Your heart holds powerful lessons. The deep sleep that follows will be peaceful. It will be restorative. It will be rich with the echoes of Babylon. It will be rich with the echoes of Babylon. These echoes are not just sounds. They are feelings. They are deep insights. They are woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness. We carry them forward. We interpret them anew. The story of Babylon is never truly finished. It evolves with each telling. It changes with each discovery. Its essence remains. The language of Babylon was Akkadian. It was a Semitic language. It was written in cuneiform script. This script was complex. It was beautiful. Learning it was a lifetime endeavor. Scribes spent years mastering its nuances. They preserved the language. They created a vast body of literature. This literature tells us much. It reveals their worldview. It illuminates their beliefs. Akkadian literature included myths. It had epic poems. It contained hymns. It had wisdom texts. It included legal documents. It covered scientific observations. The Enuma Elish is a famous creation myth. It describes Marduk's triumph. It tells of his creation of the world. This epic was central to Babylonian religion. It was recited during festivals. It shaped their understanding of cosmic order. Another significant literary work was Ludlul Bel Nemeki. It is often called the poem of the righteous sufferer. It explores themes of suffering. It questions divine justice. It anticipates later biblical texts. It delves into the human condition. It shows a profound philosophical depth. This text reflects ancient intellectual thought. It is a testament to their complex worldview. The Babylonians were master storytellers. They used metaphors. They employed vivid imagery. Their narratives were rich, they were engaging. They passed down their stories orally. They also preserved them in writing. These stories captivated their audiences. They taught moral lessons. They connected people to their past. They inspired their future. Babylonian education was rigorous. Schools were called eduba. This meant tablet house. Students began at a young age. They learned to write cuneiform. They copied ancient texts. They studied mathematics. They learned astronomy. They practiced legal procedures. The curriculum was demanding. It produced highly skilled scribes. These scribes were vital for the empire. Discipline was strict in the eduba. Teachers used corporal punishment. They ensured diligence. They expected perfection. Students progressed through various levels. They learned increasingly complex texts. They mastered Sumerian as well as Akkadian. Sumerian was the language of scholarship. It was the language of ancient wisdom. The scribal profession offered prestige. It provided social mobility. Scribes served in temples. They worked for the king. They managed private estates. They recorded all transactions. They maintained official records. They were the intellectual backbone of society. Their contributions were invaluable. Babylonian mathematics was advanced. They used a base 60 system. This system allowed for fractions. It facilitated complex calculations. They understood quadratic equations. They applied geometry to surveying. They predicted astronomical cycles. Their mathematical knowledge surpassed many contemporaries. It laid groundwork for future advancements. They also had a concept of zero. This was unique for its time. It was used as a placeholder. It aided in numerical calculations. This innovation was significant. It demonstrates their intellectual prowess. It showcases their abstract thinking. Their legacy in mathematics is profound. Their understanding of time was sophisticated. They divided the day into hours. They divided hours into minutes. They divided minutes into seconds. This system persists today. It is a direct inheritance from Babylon. Their calendar was precise. It kept track of seasons. It helped with agricultural planning. Astronomy was a religious and scientific pursuit. Priests observed the heavens. They charted the movements of planets. They recorded celestial events. They compiled extensive star catalogues. These observations were remarkably accurate. They influenced Greek astronomy. They shaped later astronomical theories. Astrology was intertwined with this science. The positions of celestial bodies were believed to influence earthly events. Kings consulted astrologers. They sought omens. They interpreted dreams. They tried to predict the future. This belief system was deeply embedded. It guided many decisions. It shaped the course of history. Babylonian medicine was practical. It was also spiritual. Physicians were respected. They had extensive knowledge of herbs. They understood anatomy. They performed surgeries. They set broken bones. They treated various ailments. Their medical texts were detailed. They documented symptoms. They listed prognoses. They recognized the importance of hygiene. Public baths were common. Water was purified. Waste was managed. This helped prevent disease. Yet, they also believed in demonic causes of illness. Exorcists used incantations. They employed rituals. They sought to drive out evil spirits. Healing was a holistic practice. It addressed both body and soul. The city of Babylon itself was a marvel. Its brickwork was legendary. They used baked bricks. These were more durable than sun-dried ones. Bitumen was used as mortar. This made the structures strong. Glazed bricks added color. They brought beauty to the city. The craftsmanship was exceptional. It showcased their engineering skills. The Ishtar Gate stood as a beacon. Its blue glazed bricks shimmered. Its animal reliefs were striking. They represented powerful deities. They symbolized royal authority. Walking through it was an experience. It was a transition from the mundane to the divine. It invoked awe and respect. The processional way was equally grand. It was paved with large stone slabs. Lions adorned its sides. They were images of Ishtar. They symbolized protection. This path led to the city's most sacred sites. It was used for religious festivals. It was a route for royal display. It reinforced the city's spiritual heart. Etemenanki, the ziggurat, towered over the city. Its immense size was breathtaking. It was a man-made mountain. It reached for the heavens. It was dedicated to Marduk. It was a symbolic link between earth and sky. Its very presence inspired reverence. It conveyed the ambition of its builders. The Euphrates River was life itself. It provided water for drinking. It supported agriculture. It allowed for transportation. Its floods brought fertile silt. Its currents powered the economy. It was a natural defense. It was the lifeline of Babylon. Its importance cannot be overstated. The canals were an engineering triumph. They crisscrossed the plain. They distributed water efficiently. They allowed for extensive agriculture. They transformed the arid land. They made Babylon a fertile oasis. They required constant upkeep. They were a testament to collective effort. Babylonian agriculture was highly productive. They grew barley, wheat, and dates. They cultivated sesame for oil. Gardens provided vegetables. Irrigation was key to their success. They used a system of dikes. They employed shadufs to lift water. Their farming techniques were advanced. They fed a vast population. Animal husbandry was also vital. Sheep and goats provided wool, milk, and meat. Cattle were used for ploughing. Donkeys were beasts of burden. Horses were used for chariots. Animals were an integral part of their economy. They supported daily life. They served religious purposes. Trade was extensive. Babylon was strategically located. It connected east and west. Caravans brought goods from distant lands. Silver, gold, and precious stones arrived. Timber, copper, and tin were imported. Textiles, grain, and dates were exported. The city was a commercial hub. Its markets bustled with activity. Merchants were powerful figures. They facilitated trade. They amassed great wealth. Scribes recorded their transactions. Laws regulated commerce. Contracts ensured fairness. The economy was sophisticated. It supported a thriving urban center. It enriched the empire. The military was highly organized. It protected the empire's borders. It maintained order within. Soldiers were well trained. They were disciplined. They used advanced weaponry. Bronze swords and spears were common. Bows and arrows were effective. Chariots provided mobility. The army ensured Babylon's security. It projected its power. Fortifications were crucial for defense. Babylon's walls were legendary. They were massive. They were layered. They were designed to be impregnable. Towers housed archers. Gates were heavily reinforced. The city felt safe within its embrace. Its defenses were a source of pride. They symbolized its invincibility. Babylonian law was comprehensive. It governed all aspects of life. Hammurabi's code was a foundation. It outlined civil law. It addressed criminal offenses. It protected the weak. It punished the guilty. Judges presided over courts. Temples often served as legal centers. Justice was a cornerstone of society. The king was the supreme judge. His decrees were law. He ensured fairness. He maintained order. His authority was absolute. He was seen as a divine representative. His rule brought stability. His decisions shaped the lives of his subjects. Religion permeated every aspect of life. A vast pantheon of gods existed. Each deity had specific responsibilities. Marduk was the patron god of Babylon. Ishtar was the goddess of love and war. Nabu was the god of writing. Shamash was the sun god of justice. People worshipped daily. They offered prayers. They made sacrifices. Temples were central to the city. They were houses for the gods. They were also economic powerhouses. They owned vast estates. They employed numerous staff. Priests performed elaborate rituals. They interpreted divine will. They provided spiritual guidance. They were pillars of the community. Religious festivals were frequent. They united the people. They celebrated important events. The Akitu festival was paramount. It marked the new year. It reaffirmed the king's legitimacy. It reenacted the creation myth. It was a time of great celebration. It was a period of spiritual renewal. Babylonian art was rich and symbolic. Sculptures depicted gods and kings. Reliefs adorned palaces and temples. Cylinder seals were intricate. They told stories. They served as signatures. Glazed bricks added vibrant color. They created stunning mosaics. Art conveyed power. It expressed devotion. It celebrated beauty. Music and dance were integral to culture. Lyres, harps, and flutes were played. Drums provided rhythm. Songs accompanied festivals. They entertained at banquets. They honored the gods. Dance was expressive. It was part of rituals. It enhanced social gatherings. These arts enriched daily life. They fostered community spirit. The role of women in Babylon was notable. They had legal rights. They could own property. They could engage in business. They could testify in court. They could inherit. They could initiate divorce. This was a testament to a relatively egalitarian society. Yet their primary role was within the home. They managed households. They raised children. Some women held powerful positions. Priestesses served goddesses. They wielded spiritual influence. Royal women often had political sway. They advised their husbands. They managed royal households. Their contributions were recognized. Their presence was significant. Their lives were varied. The wisdom of Babylon was preserved. Cuneiform tablets filled libraries. Ashurbanipal's library was famous. It contained thousands of texts. It was a treasure trove of knowledge. These texts covered all subjects. They were meticulously copied. They ensured the continuity of learning. This vast knowledge base continues to inspire. Scholars decipher ancient texts. They uncover new insights. They reveal hidden histories. Each new translation adds to our understanding. Each discovery deepens our appreciation. The legacy of Babylon is a living one. It continues to inform us. It continues to teach us. The decline of Babylon was slow. It was not a sudden collapse. The Persian conquest was a turning point, but the city continued to exist. It was a regional capital. It remained culturally important. Its influence lingered. Its memory endured. Alexander the Great's arrival brought new hope. He admired Babylon. He planned to make it his capital. His death dashed these hopes. The city became a prize of war. It suffered during the Diadochi conflicts. Its population dwindled. Its buildings fell into disrepair. The founding of Seleucia on the Tigris was a major blow. Many Babylonians moved there. They sought opportunity. They found new homes. Babylon slowly emptied. Its once bustling streets grew quiet. Its vibrant markets faded. Its grand buildings crumbled. The desert began to reclaim the city. Sand covered its ruins. Wind eroded its walls. Rain dissolved its mud brick structures. The once proud city became a mound. It was a ghost in the landscape. It became a legend whispered through time. For centuries, its location was lost. Travelers wrote of its myths. Scholars debated its existence. The biblical accounts kept its memory alive, but its physical presence was gone. It was a buried secret. It was a silent witness to forgotten ages. The 19th century archaeologists brought it back. Koldewey's meticulous work was monumental. He unearthed its wonders. The Ishtar Gate reappeared. The processional way was revealed. The foundations of Etemenanki were found. Babylon emerged from the sand. It reclaimed its place in history. The artifacts recovered were priceless. Thousands of cuneiform tablets, stunning glazed brick panels, intricate cylinder seals, magnificent statues. These treasures filled museums. They educated the world. They brought the ancient city to life. The story of Babylon is cyclical. It speaks of rise and fall. It tells of creation and destruction. It is a testament to human endeavor. It is a warning against hubris. It reminds us of impermanence. It underscores the power of time. Its influence is still felt today. Our calendar, our timekeeping, our mathematics, these bear its mark. Our literature, our laws, our stories, they carry its echoes. Babylon is not merely a ruin. It is a foundation. It is a source. It is a constant reminder. The modern challenges faced by the site are great. Conflict, looting, and decay threaten its existence. Preservation efforts are vital. International cooperation is essential. The future of Babylon depends on us. It relies on our commitment. It needs our protection. The silent stones continue to speak. They recount grand visions. They lament tragic endings. They whisper of a powerful past. They invite us to listen. They urge us to learn. They remind us of our shared human story. This journey through the heart of Babylon is a profound one. It reveals the depth of human achievement. It exposes the fragility of power. It offers timeless lessons. It enriches our understanding. It deepens our connection to the past. The stars still shine over the desert. The Euphrates still flows onward. Babylon sleeps beneath the sands, but its spirit endures. Its legacy lives on. Its story continues to resonate. It will forever whisper in the winds of time. Its whispers are carried far. They reach across continents. They penetrate modern consciousness. The name Babylon conjures powerful images. It evokes grandeur. It suggests mystery. It symbolizes ancient might. This evocative power is eternal. It will never truly fade. The very concept of a sleep history tale is enhanced by Babylon. Its narrative offers both peace and profundity. It invites a gentle contemplation. It allows for deep immersion. The historical details are soothing. The overarching themes are thought-provoking. It is a journey into quiet wonder. It is an exploration of ancient wisdom. Imagine the soft glow of oil lamps. Picture them illuminating a scribe's workspace. He carefully etches cuneiform onto clay. His concentration is absolute. His movements are precise. He is preserving knowledge. He is shaping history. This quiet dedication was common. It fueled Babylon's intellectual advancements. It contributed to its lasting legacy. Consider the sounds of an ancient evening. The distant call of a muezzin is absent. Instead, perhaps, a storyteller's voice carries on the breeze. He recites the Epic of Gilgamesh. People gather around him. They listen intently. They are captivated by the hero's quest. They ponder the meaning of life. This communal sharing of stories was vital. It bound society together. It transmitted culture. The smell of freshly baked bread, the aroma of spices from distant lands, the scent of incense from the temples. These sensory details bring Babylon to life. They make it tangible. They make it immediate. They create a vivid mental landscape. They transport us back in time. They allow us to experience its reality. The colors of Babylon were vibrant. The brilliant blue of the Ishtar Gate, the red and yellow of the mythical creatures, the gold and silver of temple decorations, the rich hues of textiles, the vibrant pigments of paintings. Babylon was not a dull, dusty city. It was a kaleidoscope of color. It reflected a joyful and artistic spirit. The daily rhythms were tied to the sun and river. Dawn brought awakening. Midday brought heat and rest. Evening brought activity and cooling air. Night brought the stars and quiet. This natural cycle dictated life. It influenced work. It shaped social gatherings. It provided a steady, reassuring pulse. The presence of the gods was constant, not just in temples, but in homes, in market stalls, in fields, in every aspect of life. Talismans were worn, prayers were offered, rituals were performed. The divine was interwoven with the mundane. It provided comfort. It offered guidance. It instilled a sense of purpose. The ordinary citizen felt this connection. They knew their place in the cosmos. They understood their duties. They accepted their fate. This sense of order provided stability. It offered security. It fostered a shared identity. It bound them to their city. It connected them to their gods. Even in its ruins, Babylon speaks of this order. The meticulous brickwork, the planned city layout, the straight processional way. These details suggest a society that valued structure. They reveal a people who respected harmony. They show a civilization that strove for perfection. The very act of remembering Babylon is important. It is an act of preserving history. It is a way of honoring the past. It is a method of understanding ourselves. We are products of these ancient civilizations. Their triumphs and failures shaped our world. Their wisdom informs our present. The concept of sleep history is a unique bridge. It connects the deep past with inner calm. It allows for reflection without distraction. It transforms learning into an intimate experience. It makes history a personal journey. It brings ancient worlds to our bedside. It encourages peaceful contemplation. Babylon in this context is a perfect subject. Its narrative is epic, its imagery is vivid, its lessons are profound, its downfall is a cautionary tale, its rediscovery is a testament to perseverance, its lingering mystery is enchanting, it offers a rich tapestry for the mind. The journey through its story concludes for now. The details will settle within you, the images will gently fade, the historical facts will become part of your knowledge, the ancient wisdom will enrich your spirit, the deep sleep awaits, it will be restorative, it will be peaceful, it will carry the echoes of Babylon into your dreams. The echoes will linger. They will whisper of monumental ambition. They will speak of intricate engineering. They will murmur of complex beliefs. These whispers become part of your inner landscape. They inform your waking thoughts. They enrich your understanding of the world. The story of Babylon, even as it fades into sleep, continues its work. It subtly reshapes your perspective. It adds depth to your appreciation of human history. The very soil of Mesopotamia holds these stories. It contains the dust of fallen empires. It guards the remnants of forgotten dreams. Each grain of sand might hold an echo. Each breeze might carry an ancient word. The land itself is a vast archive. It is an enduring testament to human existence. Babylon was a crucible. It was a place where ideas were forged. It was a center where cultures converged. It absorbed influences. It transformed them. It created something uniquely its own. Its innovations radiated outwards. They touched distant lands. They influenced future civilizations. This radiating power is still felt. Its energy is still discernible. The Euphrates River, that constant witness, flows on. It continues its timeless journey. It irrigates modern fields. It supports contemporary life. Its waters still murmur ancient secrets. They connect the present to the past. They remind us of enduring continuity. The river is a living thread. It links us to Babylon. The stars that Babylonians observed still shine. They illuminate the same night sky. They follow the same celestial paths. Their light reaches us across millennia. They are a constant reminder of our shared cosmos. They are a bridge to ancient astronomy. They continue to inspire wonder. They invite contemplation of our place in the universe. The modern world is built on these ancient foundations. Our laws, our sciences, our arts, they have roots in places like Babylon. They are echoes of a distant past. They are foundations laid by forgotten hands. We walk upon their legacy. We build upon their wisdom. Their silent contributions are everywhere. This connection to the past is powerful. It grounds us in something larger. It reminds us of our shared human journey. We are not isolated. We are part of a continuous narrative. Babylon is a vibrant chapter in this grand story. It speaks volumes without uttering a sound. Its lessons are etched in time. They are recorded in the earth. The study of ancient civilizations is not just about facts. It is about understanding the human spirit. It is about recognizing ambition. It is about learning from mistakes. It is about appreciating ingenuity. It is about connecting with our ancestors. Their struggles mirror our own. Their triumphs inspire us still. Archaeology continues its patient work. Each year brings new discoveries. Each artifact tells a new fragment of a tale. The earth holds so much more. It guards untold stories. It awaits its revelation. Future generations will continue to dig. They will continue to question. They will continue to learn. The legacy of Babylon intertwines with countless other ancient cultures. Mesopotamia was a cradle. It nurtured Sumer. It fostered Akkad. It gave rise to Assyria. Each contributed. Each built upon the last. This rich tapestry of civilization is vast. It is intricate. It is endlessly fascinating. Consider the Sumerians. They were perhaps the first. They developed cuneiform writing. They built the first cities. They established early legal codes. Their innovations were foundational. They paved the way for Babylon. Their achievements were immense. They sparked human progress. The Akkadians followed. Sargon the Great unified Mesopotamia. He created the first empire. His rule was vast. His influence was profound. He blended Sumerian and Semitic cultures. He expanded the reach of civilization. His legacy echoed through millennia. Then came the Assyrians. They were a powerful military force. Their empire was extensive. Their methods were often brutal. Yet they also contributed. They built magnificent palaces. They created stunning art. They established vast libraries. Their might shaped the ancient Near East. Their fall allowed Babylon to rise again. Each civilization left its unique mark. Each contributed to the human story. Babylon drew from all of them. It integrated their knowledge. It synthesized their cultures. It built upon their foundations. It created a grand synthesis. It represented a peak of ancient achievement. The concept of empire itself was refined in Babylon, the administration of vast territories, the management of diverse populations, the enforcement of laws across distances. These challenges were immense. They required innovation. They demanded strong leadership. Babylon provided a model. The bureaucracy of Babylon was sophisticated. Scribes were central to its functioning. They recorded everything. They managed accounts. They drafted decrees. They administered justice. Their meticulous records allowed for efficient governance. They were the silent engines of empire. Diplomacy was also a key aspect. Kings negotiated treaties. They formed alliances. They exchanged envoys. They communicated across vast distances. Letters on clay tablets preserved these interactions. They reveal a complex web of relationships. They show the intricate dance of power. The art of warfare evolved in Mesopotamia. Siege tactics became sophisticated. Chariots were devastating weapons. Organized armies became standard. These military advancements were crucial. They allowed for conquest. They ensured defense. They shaped the political landscape. Babylon's contributions to this evolution are significant. Its immense walls were a testament. Its military campaigns were legendary. Its engineers designed advanced defenses. Its armies were well trained. It was a military powerhouse. It commanded respect. It inspired fear. The economic systems of Babylon were complex, a blend of state control and private enterprise. Temples and palaces were major economic actors. They owned land. They employed workers. They engaged in trade. Private merchants also flourished. They accumulated wealth. They drove commerce. Banking practices emerged. Loans were common. Interest was charged. Contracts were written. These financial innovations were crucial. They facilitated trade. They supported large-scale projects. They laid groundwork for modern finance. Babylon was a pioneer in economic development. The social structure was hierarchical. The king was at the top. Priests and nobles followed. Scribes and skilled artisans occupied a middle tier. Farmers and laborers formed the base. Slaves existed at the bottom. This structure provided order. It defined roles. It was accepted as natural. Yet there was some social mobility. A skilled scribe could rise in rank. A successful merchant could gain influence. Talent and ambition could sometimes overcome birth. This fluidity, though limited, allowed for dynamism. It offered hope for advancement. The cultural impact of Babylon was vast. Its mythology influenced later religions. Its astronomy shaped future scientific thought. Its art inspired neighboring cultures. Its legal principles resonated for millennia. Its literary works explored universal human themes. Babylon was a cultural beacon. It radiated influence. It shaped the intellectual landscape. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a Mesopotamian masterpiece, continues to resonate. Its themes of friendship, mortality, and the search for meaning are timeless. It speaks to the human condition. It explores profound questions. It remains a powerful work of literature. It is a gift from the ancient world. The biblical accounts of Babylon, while moralistic, also cemented its place in Western consciousness. The Tower of Babel became a symbol of human pride. The Hanging Gardens, a marvel of beauty. The fall of Babylon, a powerful lesson. These stories endure. They continue to shape our imagination. They are an indelible part of our heritage. Modern excavations are incredibly challenging. The site of Babylon is vast. Its layers of history are deep. The climate is harsh. The political situation is often unstable. Yet, archaeologists persevere. They work with dedication. They strive to uncover more. Their efforts are invaluable. The preservation of the site is paramount. The mud brick structures are fragile. They are vulnerable to erosion. They are threatened by rising water tables. They are susceptible to human activity. International efforts are crucial. They provide funding. They offer expertise. They train local conservators. The Iraqi Directorate General of Antiquities and Heritage plays a vital role. They safeguard their national treasures. They work to protect Babylon. They strive to share its legacy. It is a difficult task. It is an ongoing challenge, but it is essential work. The future of Babylon is uncertain, yet its spirit endures. It lives in the hearts of those who visit. It resides in the minds of those who study it. It continues to inspire awe. It compels contemplation. It reminds us of the grandeur of human civilization. The silent stones of Babylon tell a continuous story. They speak of ancient sunrises. They whisper of forgotten voices. They lament the passage of time. They celebrate human creativity. They urge us to remember. They implore us to learn. They offer a profound connection to our past. This journey through Babylon is more than a historical account. It is an invitation to reflection. It is an opportunity for introspection. It allows us to consider our own ambitions. It helps us understand our own place in history. It fosters a deeper appreciation for the cycles of life. The tranquil night deepens around you. The final echoes of Babylon recede gently. The images soften. The sounds quiet. The narrative settles. You have walked among kings and commoners. You have witnessed grand achievements. You have pondered profound lessons. The river still flows. The stars still shine. Babylon sleeps, but its dreams awaken within you. The peace of history enfolds you. The wisdom of the ancients guides you. The deep sleep that follows will be rich. It will be restorative. It will be imbued with the enduring spirit of Babylon. It will be imbued with the enduring spirit of Babylon. This spirit is one of innovation. It is a testament to resilience. It is a symbol of human ambition. It is a reminder of impermanence. It is a delicate balance of triumph and tragedy. This profound spirit now resides within you. It offers comfort. It brings understanding. It fosters a quiet appreciation for the flow of time. Our modern world, with all its complexities, owes much to these ancient foundations. The very structure of our cities, the principles of our laws, the systems of our trade, the curiosity of our sciences, they all bear the faint but undeniable imprint of places like Babylon. This heritage is not just dusty artifacts. It is a living legacy. It breathes through our institutions. It informs our daily lives. The exploration of these ancient narratives is a journey of self-discovery. It helps us see ourselves within a grander continuum. We are not isolated events. We are threads in an immense ancient tapestry. Babylon is one of its most vivid and enduring threads. It connects us to a shared human story. It reminds us of our common heritage. The act of imagining these past worlds is powerful. It engages our creativity. It expands our empathy. It allows us to step into different realities. It fosters a sense of wonder. It nourishes the soul. The details of Babylon, its blue gates, its towering ziggurats, its bustling markets, become part of our own mental landscape. They are vivid memories of a past we have now intimately explored. The quiet of the night is now complete. The journey through Babylon has reached its natural conclusion. The historical whispers have settled. The ancient images have softened into dreams. Allow your mind to release any remaining thoughts. Let your body relax completely. Feel the profound peace that comes from a journey well-traveled. The Euphrates River continues its eternal flow. It carries the history of millennia on its currents. The stars continue their silent dance across the velvet sky. They watch over sleeping lands. They oversee the unfolding of new dawns. Babylon, a testament to time, rests beneath their gaze. Sleep deeply now. Let the echoes of ancient splendor guide your dreams. May they be filled with wisdom. May they bring you peace. May you awaken refreshed. May you carry the enduring spirit of Babylon into your new day. This peaceful journey concludes here. This peaceful journey concludes here. Yet a journey of the mind, once begun, never truly ends. The seeds of knowledge once planted continue to grow. They sprout new questions. They offer fresh insights. The story of Babylon, though concluded for this narration, lives on. It breathes in the annals of history. It whispers through the archaeological sites. It resonates in the human heart. The modern world faces its own challenges. They are vast. They are complex. We grapple with issues of governance. We contend with economic instability. We seek social justice. We strive for peace. The lessons of Babylon are surprisingly relevant. They offer perspective. They provide guidance. They remind us that human nature, in its ambition and its fallibility, remains constant. The pursuit of power, often dazzling, can be a dangerous path. Babylon's ascent demonstrated this. Its eventual decline reinforced it. The concentration of wealth can lead to great splendor. It can also breed inequality. It can sow discontent. The city's internal divisions, subtle at first, ultimately weakened it. They made it vulnerable. This historical pattern is undeniable. It echoes through the ages. Religious tolerance, as shown by Cyrus the Great, can bring stability. It can foster cooperation. Religious intolerance, as displayed by Nabonidus, can divide. It can destabilize. The balance between spiritual devotion and political pragmatism is delicate. It is a constant challenge for leaders. It was a crucial factor in Babylon's fate. The importance of infrastructure is timeless. Babylon's irrigation systems were vital. Its walls were essential. Its roads facilitated trade. These foundations supported the city. Their maintenance was crucial. Their decay led to decline. This remains true for societies today. Strong infrastructure underpins prosperity. Its neglect invites ruin. Innovation remains a driving force. Babylonians excelled in astronomy. They advanced mathematics. They pioneered urban planning. These intellectual and practical achievements pushed civilization forward. They enriched human experience. They left an enduring legacy. This spirit of innovation is a powerful engine. It propels progress. It shapes our future. The fragility of even the grandest empires is a sobering thought. Babylon, once the center of the world, became dust. Its invincibility proved an illusion. Its power was fleeting. This cyclical nature of history is a profound lesson. It encourages humility. It fosters a long-term perspective. It reminds us that all earthly endeavors are transient. The resilience of human culture is inspiring. Despite conquests and decline, aspects of Babylonian culture endured. Its myths, its sciences, its languages, they were absorbed, they were adapted, they influenced new traditions. This persistence of ideas is a powerful force. It connects generations. It binds humanity across time. The role of archaeology continues to expand. It is not merely about unearthing artifacts. It is about reconstructing lives. It is about understanding societies. It is about giving voice to the voiceless. It provides tangible links to our past. It enriches our collective memory. It deepens our understanding of what it means to be human. The ethical considerations of archaeology are also growing. The ownership of cultural heritage is a complex debate. The preservation of sites in conflict zones is a moral imperative. The responsible sharing of discoveries is a global responsibility. These challenges require thoughtful engagement. They demand international cooperation. They reflect our evolving relationship with the past. The future of ancient sites like Babylon depends on this engagement. It relies on continued research. It needs robust protection. It requires education. By preserving these remnants, we safeguard our shared history. We protect invaluable sources of wisdom. We ensure that future generations can learn. The Euphrates River, a silent witness to Babylon's entire story, continues its flow. Its waters reflect new skies. They nourish new lands. They carry the echoes of ancient civilizations in their currents. The river is a constant. It represents continuity. It reminds us of life's perpetual journey. The stars above still gleam. They are the same stars that illuminated Babylon's ziggurats. They watched over its kings and commoners. They are timeless markers. They connect us to a deep past. They inspire contemplation of the vastness of the universe. They remind us of our small but significant place within it. Babylon's story is a profound narrative. It is a testament to human potential. It is a warning about human flaws. It is an intricate tapestry of grand ambition and inevitable decay. Its lessons are etched in the sands of time. They are carried on the desert winds. They are whispered in the quiet of the night. This concluding reflection brings us back to the present. We carry the echoes of Babylon within us. We hold its lessons in our minds. We absorb its spirit into our being. The journey through history enriches our present. It prepares us for the future. It deepens our understanding of the human experience. The gentle quiet of the night deepens further. The final thoughts of ancient Babylon recede softly. The historical landscape blends into the landscape of dreams. Allow yourself to embrace this peace. Feel the comfort of this knowledge. Let the wisdom of the ancients guide you into a restful sleep. Your mind is now enriched. Your spirit is now nourished. The journey has been profound. The deep sleep awaits. It will be peaceful. It will be restorative. It will be filled with the subtle echoes of history. It will prepare you for a new day, a day where the lessons of the past can inform the choices of the present, a day where the spirit of ancient Babylon continues to resonate within you, a day where the spirit of ancient Babylon continues to resonate within you. Its lessons are not forgotten. Its grandeur is not erased. Its journey echoes onward. This resonance is subtle. It is powerful. It shapes your worldview. It deepens your perspective. The very act of remembering such a civilization is an act of defiance against oblivion. It is a human triumph over time itself. Babylon, though fallen, lives through our memory. It breathes through our understanding. It stands as a perpetual monument in the mind. Consider the human need for meaning. Ancient Babylonians sought it in the stars. They looked for it in divine will. They found it in their grand cities. We, too, seek meaning. We find it in our connections. We discover it in our purpose. The quest is timeless. It is universal. It links us across millennia. The cyclical nature of human endeavor is a powerful theme. Empires rise, they flourish, they decline, they fall. New ones emerge from their ashes. This pattern is woven into history. It is a constant reminder of change. It offers hope for renewal. It instills humility. Babylon's story is a profound illustration of this cycle. It began small. It grew mighty. It reached its zenith. It experienced decline. It eventually faded. Yet its legacy endured. Its influence persisted. Its memory was resurrected. This enduring cycle is life itself. It encompasses all things. The archaeological process itself is a testament to this enduring quest, digging through layers of earth, unearthing forgotten structures, deciphering ancient texts. It is a patient, painstaking effort. It is driven by curiosity. It is fueled by dedication. It brings the past into the present. Each artifact unearthed is a whisper from a bygone era, a shard of pottery, a broken statue, a cuneiform tablet. Each holds a story. Each reveals a fragment of truth. Together, They piece together a grand narrative. They reconstruct a lost world. They allow us to bear witness. The Ishtar Gate, now standing in Berlin, is more than just bricks. It is a symbol of artistry. It is a testament to engineering. It is a bridge between ancient and modern. It allows us to touch the past. It permits us to marvel at its beauty. It keeps Babylon alive. The site in Iraq remains sacred. It is a place of pilgrimage for historians. It is a source of pride for its people. Walking its dusty ground, one feels the weight of centuries. The silent stones speak. They tell tales of triumphs and tragedies. They evoke a powerful connection. The future of these sites is a shared responsibility, protecting them from conflict, safeguarding them from decay, ensuring their accessibility. It is a global endeavor. It transcends borders. It unites humanity in a common purpose. We are stewards of history. We are guardians of the past. The study of ancient civilizations fosters cultural understanding. It reveals the diversity of human experience. It highlights our commonalities. It broadens our perspectives. It encourages empathy. It builds bridges across cultures and time. This understanding is vital for our present. It is crucial for our future. Babylon's contributions to science are remarkable. Its astronomers meticulously charted the heavens. Its mathematicians developed sophisticated systems. Its engineers devised ingenious solutions. These intellectual achievements were foundational. They paved the way for future scientific progress. They shaped our modern world. Its legal system, codified by Hammurabi, brought order. It established justice. It set precedents. Its influence resonated for millennia. It shaped later legal traditions. It laid groundwork for the rule of law. It underscores the human quest for fairness. Its literary works were profound. The Epic of Gilgamesh explores universal themes. It delves into the human condition. It anticipates later epic poems. Its wisdom texts offered guidance. Its myths explained the world. Babylonian literature is a treasure. It speaks to the eternal human spirit. The art and architecture were awe-inspiring. The towering ziggurats, the vibrant glazed bricks, the intricate reliefs. They were expressions of faith. They were declarations of power. They were celebrations of beauty. They captivated ancient audiences. They still captivate us today. The daily lives of ordinary Babylonians offer a glimpse into the human experience. Their struggles and joys, their hopes and fears, their routines and rituals. They remind us of our shared humanity. They connect us to a past filled with real people. They bring history to life. The rhythm of their lives was tied to the river. It was linked to the sun. It was connected to the seasons. This natural cadence provided stability. It shaped their culture. It defined their existence. It was a deep, resonant hum. It permeated every aspect of their world. The soundscape of ancient Babylon was rich. The murmur of the Euphrates, the calls of merchants, the laughter of children, the chants of priests, the music of celebrations. These sounds created a vibrant tapestry. They brought the city to life. They filled the air with energy. The tastes of Babylon were simple yet nourishing. Barley bread, dates, fish, vegetables, spices, beer. These flavors were fundamental. They sustained the population. They provided comfort. They were part of communal gatherings. They were threads in the fabric of daily life. The touch of Babylon was in its mud brick homes, its cool shaded courtyards, its smooth paved streets, its rough-hewn tools. These tactile experiences connected people to their environment. They shaped their interactions. They defined their material world. The smell of Babylon was a blend of many things: earth and water, baking bread and incense, spices and human activity. These aromas mingled in the air. They created a unique sensory signature. They evoke a vivid memory. They bring the city back into presence. This multi-sensory journey through Babylon is a profound experience. It engages more than just the intellect. It touches the imagination. It stirs the emotions. It allows for a deeper, more holistic understanding. It transforms history into an immersive journey. The stories of its kings, Nebuchadnezzar, Hammurabi, Cyrus, they are more than just names. They represent leadership. They embody ambition. They demonstrate the impact of individual will. Their decisions shaped destiny. Their legacies still resonate. The stories of its gods, Marduk, Ishtar, Nabu, they are more than just deities. They represent cosmic order. They embody natural forces. They explain the inexplicable. They provided meaning. They offered comfort. They shaped ancient belief systems. The city itself was a character. It was born. It grew. It flourished. It suffered. It declined. It faded. Its story is epic. It is tragic. It is inspiring. It is a powerful metaphor for all human endeavors. It reflects the grandeur and fragility of civilization. The concept of time in Babylon was both linear and cyclical. They tracked seasons and rains. They also believed in repeating patterns. They saw the rise and fall of empires as an inevitable rhythm. This duality of time is a deep philosophical insight. It continues to inform our understanding. The enduring fascination with Babylon is not accidental. It speaks to something fundamental within us, a desire to connect with greatness, a need to understand our past, a yearning for meaning. Babylon fulfills these desires. It answers these needs. It offers a window into the ancient soul. The final moments of this journey are for quiet reflection. Let the images of Babylon gently recede. Allow its sounds to soften into silence. Let its wisdom settle deeply within you. The experience is now complete. The knowledge is now yours. The piece of history enfolds you. The Euphrates, ancient and eternal, flows on. Its waters carry whispers of the past. Its currents nourish the present. Its journey continues without end. The stars above, constant and distant, still shine. They illuminate the path of time. They watch over all sleeping things. Babylon sleeps beneath the sands. Its physical form is diminished, but its spirit is vibrant. Its legacy is eternal. Its story lives on in the human heart. It resonates through the corridors of time. It continues to inspire awe and wonder. It remains an indelible chapter in the grand narrative of civilization. Your peaceful journey through history concludes now. Your mind is filled with the grandeur of Babylon. Your spirit is touched by its wisdom. The deep sleep that awaits you will be truly restorative. It will be rich with dreams of ancient splendor. It will bring you profound peace. It will prepare you for a new awakening. A new awakening promises fresh perspectives. It offers renewed appreciation. The echoes of Babylon will softly accompany you. They will enrich your day. They will deepen your thoughts. This historical journey leaves a lasting imprint. It shapes our understanding. It broadens our horizons. It connects us to a shared past. The study of ancient civilizations is more than academic. It is a pilgrimage of the mind. It is a journey into human nature. It explores the universal themes of ambition and humility. It teaches lessons of power and fragility. It illuminates the enduring quest for meaning. Babylon stands as a monumental teacher. Its silent stones speak volumes. Its forgotten voices still whisper wisdom. Consider the intricate web of ancient trade. Babylon was its vibrant heart. Caravans from distant lands converged there. They brought exotic goods. They carried new ideas, spices from Arabia, lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, cedar from Lebanon, tin from Anatolia. These goods flowed through Babylon's markets. They fueled its economy. They enriched its culture. The merchants were key players. They navigated dangerous routes. They brokered complex deals. They amassed great wealth. Their ingenuity drove commerce. Their courage opened new worlds. They were the economic arteries of the ancient world. They connected diverse peoples. They fostered cultural exchange. The port of Babylon buzzed with activity. Boats plied the Euphrates. They carried grain and wool. They brought timber and stone. Porters unloaded heavy cargo. Scribes recorded every transaction. The air was thick with commerce. It hummed with human endeavor. It was a testament to organized trade. Babylonian currency was primarily silver. It was weighed for each transaction. Gold was also valued. Bartering was still common. Loans were made. Interest was charged. Contracts were written on clay tablets. These sophisticated financial practices supported a vast economy. They laid groundwork for future systems. The city's artisans were renowned. They transformed raw materials into beauty. Jewelers crafted intricate adornments. Metalworkers forged tools and weapons. Potters shaped elegant vessels. Weavers produced fine textiles. Their skills were passed down generations. Their artistry was celebrated. Their products were traded far and wide. These crafts were not merely functional. They were expressions of culture. They conveyed status. They reflected religious beliefs. They served aesthetic purposes. Each piece was a testament to Babylonian ingenuity. Each object told a story. They enriched the daily lives of the people. They added to the city's splendor. The scribal schools, the Adabas, were centers of this intellectual and practical training. Boys from elite families attended. They learned cuneiform. They mastered mathematics. They studied literature. They practiced law. They became the backbone of Babylonian administration. Their meticulous records maintained the empire. Discipline was strict. Learning was rigorous. Students endured long hours. They copied countless texts. They learned Sumerian and Akkadian. This demanding education produced highly skilled individuals. They held influential positions. They preserved the knowledge of millennia. They were the intellectual heirs of Sumer. Babylonian mathematics was truly groundbreaking. They used a sexagesimal system, base 60. This system allowed for complex fractions. It facilitated advanced calculations. Their understanding of geometry was sophisticated. They could solve quadratic equations. They applied mathematics to astronomy. Their knowledge was foundational. Their concept of zero, though used as a placeholder, was revolutionary. It simplified numerical notation. It aided in calculations. This abstract innovation highlights their intellectual prowess. It demonstrates their advanced logical thinking. It predates similar concepts in other cultures. Their astronomy was deeply intertwined with religion. Priests observed the heavens diligently. They charted planetary movements. They recorded eclipses. They developed precise calendars. They understood celestial cycles. Their observations were incredibly accurate. They laid the groundwork for Greek astronomy. Astrology was born from these observations. They believed celestial events influenced earthly destinies. Omens were read in the stars. Horoscopes were cast. Kings consulted astrologers for guidance. This belief system permeated all levels of society. It shaped decisions. It guided actions. It provided a sense of cosmic order. Babylonian medicine combined empirical observation with spiritual belief. Physicians treated illnesses. They performed surgery. They used herbal remedies. Medical texts detailed symptoms and prognoses. They outlined treatments. Their medical knowledge was extensive for the era. Exorcists dealt with spiritual ailments. They believed demons caused sickness. They used incantations and amulets. They performed rituals. Healing was a holistic process. It addressed both physical and spiritual dimensions. It reflected their integrated worldview. The legal system, primarily built on Hammurabi's code, provided structure. It ensured justice. It protected rights. It regulated commerce. It dealt with family matters. Judges presided over courts. Temples often served as legal venues. The rule of law was essential. It maintained social cohesion. It brought stability to the empire. The king was the ultimate source of law. His decrees were binding. He ensured fairness. He maintained order. His authority was divine. He was seen as a shepherd of his people. His role was crucial. It provided stability and leadership. It defined the Babylonian state. The religious pantheon was vast. Marduk, the patron god, was supreme. Ishtar, goddess of love and war, was widely revered. Nabu, god of writing, was important to scribes. Each deity had specific roles. Each demanded worship. Each influenced daily life. The gods were ever present. They oversaw all human activity. Temples were central to society. They were places of worship. They were also economic powerhouses. They owned vast estates. They employed many people. Priests were influential figures. They performed rituals. They interpreted divine will. They provided spiritual guidance. They were pillars of the community. Religious festivals were frequent and elaborate. The Akitu festival, celebrating the new year, was the most important. It reenacted the creation myth. It affirmed the king's legitimacy. It united the city in celebration. Processions filled the streets. Music and chants permeated the air. Feasts and offerings were made. These festivals reinforced community identity. They strengthened religious belief. They celebrated cosmic order. They connected the people to their gods. They were vibrant communal events. They brought joy and spiritual renewal. They were integral to Babylonian life. The arts in Babylon were rich and diverse. Sculpture depicted gods and kings. Relief carvings adorned palaces. Cylinder seals were intricate. They told stories. They served as personal identifiers. Glazed brick panels added vibrant color to architecture. They created stunning visual narratives. Music and dance were integral. Lyres, harps, flutes and drums provided melodies and rhythms. Songs accompanied rituals and celebrations. Dance was expressive. It was part of both sacred and secular events. These arts enriched daily life. They fostered community. They expressed deep cultural values. The role of women in Babylonian society was relatively advanced. They possessed legal rights. They could own property. They could engage in business. They could testify in court. They could initiate divorce. Priestesses held significant power. Royal women wielded influence. Their contributions were recognized. Their lives were varied. While domestic roles were primary, women had avenues for influence and independence. This progressive aspect of Babylonian law sets it apart from many other ancient cultures. It highlights a society that in some ways valued gender equality more than others. The legacy of Babylon is multifaceted. It is found in our calendar system. It appears in our timekeeping. It is evident in our mathematics. Its legal principles influenced later codes. Its astronomical observations shaped scientific thought. Its literary works explored universal human themes. The biblical narratives about Babylon, though often moralistic, cemented its place in Western consciousness. The Tower of Babel became a symbol of human hubris. The Hanging Gardens, a marvel of beauty. The Fall of Babylon, a powerful lesson. These stories endure. They continue to captivate. They shape our collective imagination. Modern archaeology continues to peel back the layers. It provides concrete evidence. It offers historical context. It separates fact from legend. It reveals a more nuanced picture of this complex civilization. The ongoing discoveries enrich our understanding. They challenge old assumptions. They bring the past to life. The site of Babylon faces immense challenges today. Conflict and instability threaten its preservation. Looting and neglect cause irreversible damage. Erosion and rising water tables endanger its fragile mud brick structures. Protecting this World Heritage Site is a global responsibility. It requires international cooperation. It demands sustained effort. The Iraqi Directorate General of Antiquities and Heritage works tirelessly. They strive to preserve Babylon. They aim to share its legacy with the world. Their dedication is commendable. Their task is monumental. They are the guardians of this priceless heritage. The future of Babylon is uncertain, yet its story will always endure. It lives in the hearts of those who study it. It resides in the minds of those who visit it. It resonates through the corridors of time. It continues to inspire awe. It compels contemplation. It stands as an eternal testament to human ambition and ingenuity. The silent stones of Babylon, weathered by millennia, speak a continuous narrative. They recount grand visions. They lament tragic endings. They whisper of the ceaseless flow of life. They invite us to listen. They urge us to learn. They offer a profound connection to our shared human story. This journey through the heart of Babylon, though concluded, leaves an indelible mark. It enriches our understanding of civilization. It deepens our appreciation for the past. It offers timeless lessons for the present. It prepares us for the future. It connects us to the ancient soul of humanity. The tranquil night deepens around you. The final echoes of Babylon recede gently. The images soften into the realm of dreams. Allow your mind to rest completely. Let your body find profound relaxation. Embrace the peace that follows this journey well-traveled. The Euphrates, ancient and eternal, flows on. Its waters reflect new dawns. They carry whispers of the past. The stars above, constant and distant, still shine. They illuminate the path of time. They watch over all sleeping lands. Babylon sleeps beneath the sands. Its physical form may be diminished, but its spirit remains vibrant. Its legacy is eternal. Its story lives on in the human heart. It resonates through the corridors of time. It continues to inspire awe and wonder. It remains an indelible chapter in the grand narrative of civilization. Your peaceful journey through history concludes now. Your mind is filled with the grandeur of Babylon. Your spirit is touched by its wisdom. The deep sleep that awaits you will be truly restorative. It will be rich with dreams of ancient splendor. It will bring you profound peace. It will prepare you for a new awakening.